Hello, we'll go through part 2 of our chapter 11, okay, for accounting 202 at IUP. Alright, so we're talking about standard costs and variances, and we got up to question 6, okay. Now question 6, we've got the Shepherd Industries, and we have to work out the variable overhead rate variance and the variable overhead efficiency variance. Now remember, with overhead, if it's variable, it changes with output. Okay, so the higher the output, the higher the variable overhead, and the lower the output, the lower the variable overhead. Alright, so we use our same chart here. Okay, and so it says that they produced actual machine hours last month were 1,170. Again, just put in the information that the question gives you. The manufactured overhead rate last month was $22. Okay. Put your 1170 here as well. And it says here that the standard variable manufacturing overhead rate used by the company is $24. Put that there. Okay, and also in this part, the third part, you got 4,000 tables that they made. Right. The standard rate is $24. Okay, and it says that they take 0.3 machine hours to make a table. So we're going to work out those three separately. So we get 25,740 here. We get 28,080 there, and we get 28,800 here. All right, now the first one, what that is, that's our variable overhead price variance, which is the rate variance, okay, because it says calculate the variable overhead rate variance, and so that's the 2,340 there. All right, and it's favorable because the actual is less than the standard. And this second one, this is the variable overhead efficiency variance, because we're looking at quantity, and quantity is efficiency, and that's $720, and that's favorable, okay, in this case, because the actual is less than the standard. All right, so just to answer the question once more, the variable overhead rate variance is $2,340 favorable, and the variable overhead efficiency variance is $720 favorable. That's question 6. 7. Question 7 says, calculate the fixed overhead budget variance. All right, so we're talking about fixed overhead here. Now, fixed overhead stays the same regardless of output. Remember, fixed costs stay the same regardless of output. So what we're looking at here with the fixed overhead budget variance, we're looking at the actual differences between the actual budget and the budgeted overhead. Whereas the fixed manufacturing overhead volume variance, we're looking at the changes in the volume compared to the budgeted volume. All right. Okay, so all I'm going to do here, I won't use the chart so much. I'll just go through the question information they give us to work it out. All right, so it says here, Boxer Manufacturing produces luxury dog houses. Each dog house requires 4 hours of machine time. All right, let's go have a look at this. We got the manufacturing overhead budget. This is fixed, right? The fixed manufacturing overhead budget variance. All right, so we take our actual fixed overhead. I'll just put that here. Actual fixed, and that is $198,400. They give that to us in the question. And then we subtract the budgeted fixed. Okay, and again in the question they tell us that that's $202,000. Right, and the difference between those two is $3,600. And because the actual is less than the budgeted, that's favourable. All right, so it's $3,600 favourable fixed manufacturing overhead budget variance. And the second one asks for the fixed manufacturing overhead volume variance. And this is the variance caused by the volume changing between the actual and the standard. All right, so the budgeted fixed overhead is what we start with. So budgeted fixed overhead, and that is $202,000. Okay, and then we subtract from that the standard fixed overhead that would have been allocated to the production if we followed the standard, and that's $208,000. Okay, and that's given to us. The $208,000 comes from the 2,000 dog boxes that they produced. It takes 4 hours per dog box, and it's $26 is the allocated overhead. All right, so it says 26 per machine hour. There's 4 hours of machine time in each dog box, and they made 2,000. So you just 2,000 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 26 equals 208,000. That's where that comes from. So the difference between these two is $6,000. Now, in this case, even though you might think, well, that's less than that, so therefore it's favourable. It is favourable, okay? And keep in mind that if the overhead is greater than the budgeted overhead, then it's favourable. All right. Now, that was question 7. Question 8 is just a matching question. You know, you can work that through yourselves as you do your homework. Question 9 is another question on variances. They combined the direct material variances and the direct labour variances there as well. And question 10 is very similar. So what we learned today, you can apply to questions 9 and 10. And if you want more practice than that, of course, remember that there's always the quizzes and the practice exam. All right, so thank you. See you next time.